My name's Clark Hungerford. I appreciate you being here. I appreciate the Cobb County Republican Women's Club of having this and give us the opportunity to meet the voters and have the voters hear about us. Why am I running and who am I? My wife and I moved to Cobb County in 1979, so we've been here over 40 years. We raised 3 children. The nice thing about that is those 3 children now have families, and those families are living in West Cobb. So we have an affinity and a dedication to make sure the preservation of Cobb County is there. I have 7 grandchildren. I want to make sure that West Cobb is a great place for them to live. I also was in the banking industry for 47 years. I have a successful banking leadership background, which is really needed on the commission right now. We're $1 billion business, and we need business people running the county. Thank you.
Mr. Hungerford, issue of paying for services like consultants for studies for individuals outside attorneys when the county has those resources available. How would you address it?
As I said, Cobb County is $1 billion business. In the business world, you hire good people. You let them do their jobs. We've got good staff. What you don't want to do is hire a bunch of experts. You know what an expert is? An expert is somebody that drives an hour, walks into your office with a briefcase, and then tries to tell you what to do. If you're going to hire them, though, and in many cases, we've hired experts to come in and tell us stuff. We paid them, and then we take their information and throw it away. We don't use it. That would tell me that I don't want to continue to do that going forward. I would try to have the best staff we have. If they feel like they need somebody outside expertise, then we'd look at hiring. Otherwise, let the people you hire do their job when they're capable of doing it. If they're not, then you replace them with somebody that is.
Mr. Hungerford, your thoughts on that and the nonprofits in the county and how they work with the county commission?
We're fortunate in Cobb County to have a great set of nonprofits that are staffed with really good people and have good Cobb County residents on their boards. There's nothing wrong with a public-private partnership when you can leverage up, use expertise that's presented to you, and work in conjunction with them. So I would be a proponent of trying to use them when it's appropriate. I do know that at one time, you mentioned $1 million. There was $1 million during COVID that was put out to try to help people have groceries during that period of time. Some of that money was trying to be diverted to the city of Atlanta rather than keep it in Cobb County. That's wrong. It's Cobb County money. It should stay in Cobb County. So I would say use the public-private partnerships when you can, when they really mean something. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Hungerford, would you name one board initiative that you think over the past few years that's been implemented that might need to be repealed, and then maybe one thing that you'd like to see the board do they have not previously done?
I'm not really sure that I know an initiative that I would want to repeal because I'm not really sure of any initiatives that have done much. So I'm sorry I can't answer that question. What I'd like to see going forward, one of the things we need to look at, obviously, is traffic. We've got to find a way to fix that. And one of the things that we can do with that is to look at workforce housing, because a lot of the traffic is caused by people who work here in the county but can't find a place to live here. I've had the opportunity to work together with many builders over the time, and some of them have come up with some really original ideas of how to cut costs to be able to do building projects here in the county. And another thing that we used to have that we need to bring back is the concierge approach to inspectors. We used to have one group that followed the development through, and they would arrange for the electrical, the plumbing, and all that so that it flowed through very quickly and didn't have to wait for time and cost money to the builder or developer. When I was at Viney's Bank, we had an affordable housing seminar. We looked at several outside options in the business community being able to do it. There are funds available for first-time homebuyers that a lot of people don't know are available. Government needs to get out of the way and reduce regulation in many cases, because sometimes that is what causes the price of the lots of the houses to go up. And we can somehow consolidate that and go forward. I'm more after workforce housing, which is different than affordable housing. I want that the teachers, the policemen, the nurses have an opportunity to buy here in Cobb County. And sometimes that's buying an older home, redeveloping it, and absolutely staying in the same place where you don't increase density. I am for District 1 staying as rural and as residential as it possibly can. I spent 40 years there, love it, want to see it keep doing it. Change will happen, change will come. We've got to be smart in the way that we deal with change.
Thank you. Mr. Hungerford, the same thing to you. Traffic getting on and off 75, what are your suggestions dealing with the problem?
Well, it's a challenge. I've lived here for 40 years. It now takes me longer to get anywhere. And I retired 3 years ago, so I don't have to do it every morning like I did. But a couple of the things that we can look at, we probably can't widen roads as much as we probably need to. There's really not a place to put a new road in. However, we can look at intersection improvements. We can put in left turn lanes in places that won't let traffic back up and stop where people are trying to get by because they can't get by that person trying to turn left. The other thing, and we used to have this on Barrett Parkway, we had a synchronization of the traffic lights. We could do that on Barrett Parkway, we could do it on 41, that would help people that if they're driving the speed limit, now that's a challenge sometimes, but in the morning you're not gonna be speeding too much, but if you stay at the speed limit, you can hit lights and you keep moving. The main thing is keep traffic moving and not let it bottle up.
Mr. Hungerford, tell us, what do you see as the major priorities in your district and how will you address them? Major priorities for what needs to be addressed there.
Traffic, that's one of the major ones. We've got to find a solution to that. The other one is making sure that as your tax dollars are spent, I would be a fiduciary to spend your tax dollars, because that's where government gets it from, to make sure that we spend it properly so that we maximize what it is. We've got to have planning to go forward and make sure that we take care of the obstacles that will present themselves to us. Gump was right, stuff happens. We need to be prepared for it. As a conservative, successful businessman, you've got to make plans. And I think that's what we've got to do, and make sure that District 1 gets its proportionate share of the allocations that are out there. I'm not sure that has occurred in the past.
Your last statement, please.
First of all, I'd like to thank the Cobb County Republican Women for hosting this. I want to thank everybody for being here. My name's Clark Hungerford. I have a 47-year successful banking business experience. I'm not a politician. I retired 3 years ago and was having a good time doing it, but I'm concerned about what my 7 grandchildren are going to grow up in. And somebody's got to make a change on that. Somebody's got to put in business principles that will guide this county going forward and let us be the #1 county in the state again. We're not there. We need to get back there. I also think that we've got to have leadership. I have led companies. I have led people within the companies to find consensus. I think I can do this. I think I can resolve some of the issues that are on the board in ways that make it a better decision. If we're all involved in it, we'll make better decisions to lead in the county. So once again, my name is Clark Hungerford. I want to be your servant leader and represent you on the Board of Commissioners.